there, my name is Dr. Marissa May. In this video, we're going to look at rounding numbers. Hopefully, we're going to take some of that confusion out of it and help you with your rounding. So when we look at rounding a number, we want to look to the number to the right of the rounding number. If that number to the right is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, don't change the rounding number. All the numbers on the right side then would become 0. So let's look at rounding 64 to the nearest. Look at the number to the right of the tens place. Notice that it is a 4. Since the number is a 4, we're going to leave the 6 as it is and change the 4 to a 0. So 64 rounded to the nearest tenth is going to be 60. Now, if that number to the right of the rounding number is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, then the rounding number goes up by 1, and all the numbers to the right become 0. So let's round 270 to the nearest 270 to the nearest hundredth. Look at the number to the right of the hundreds place. Notice that it is a 7. So since the number is a 7, we're going to round the 2 up to make it a 3. Then we're going to make all the numbers to the right zeros. So we get 300. One way to look at it is to think of it on a hill with the number ending in 5 at the top. Notice that 61 is going to round to 60. It's going to slide down the hill back to 60. 62 would also round to 60. 63 would round to 60. You get the idea. All the numbers on this side of the hill are going to round back to 60. Now, anything on the right side of the hill is going to round to 70. It's going to slide down to that 70. Just another way to think about it with a picture of sliding to that rounded number. The same thing is true when we round to hundreds. So anything on the left side of my triangle is going to round to 300. It's going to slide down that hill back to 300 because in the tens place, there is only a number 4 or less. Same way, anything to the right or at the top of the hill is going to slide on the right to 400. We find sometimes that seeing a picture like this helps students to really visualize how the rounding works. So let's try here. You may want to pause the video and see how you do with this rounding. We're going to round 37 to the nearest 10. All right, hit that pause button and see what you would come up with. All right, how'd you do? That's right, that 7 makes us have to round the 3 up to 4 and then convert that 7 to a 0. So 37 is going to round to 40. All right, here's another one to try. We're going to round 23 to the nearest 10. All right, what'd you get? Excellent. If you got 20, you are right on track. Keep up the good work with this. Let's do a hundreds place next. We're going to round 670 to the nearest 100. All right. Let's see how you did. It should round to 700. Exactly. Because we're looking at the place to the right of the hundreds place. So that 7 there is what's going to tell us to bump the 6 up and round it to 7. And then, of course, make the remaining places zeros. All right. 734 rounded to the nearest hundreds place. So we're going to focus our attention on that tens place. It's being a 3. That means we're going to round the 7 up to 800. Oh, that means we're going to round the 7. That means we're going to leave the 7 alone, and we're going to change the rest of the places to zeros. All right, let's look at a word problem. 28 students are in Mrs. Smith's class. About how many students are in her class? So we're looking to round the 28 to the nearest tens place. So we look at that number to the right of the tens place. So we're looking at the 8. That is the decider. So that means we're going to bump that 2 up to a 3, and we should get 30. All right, there are 132 pencils in the box. About how many pencils are there in the box? We're rounding the 132 to the nearest 100. You got it. It is 100 when we round that 132 to the 100. So how'd you do with our practice problems? Great. Just remember that you are using that number just to the right of the rounding place value to make your decisions with rounding. And I hope this helps. Bye for now.